Good morning, loves. It is time for our 60-second devotional. Today we are reading from Luke chapter 14, verses 7 through 14. When he noticed how the guests chose places of honor, he told them a parable. When you are invited by someone to a wedding banquet, do not sit down at the place of honor, in case someone more distinguished than you has been invited by your host. And the host who invited both of you may come to you and say, "Give this person your place." And then in disgrace, you would start to take the lowest place. But when you are invited, go and sit down at the lowest place, so that when your host comes, he may say to you, "Friend, move up higher," and then you will be honored in the presence of all who sit at the table with you. For all who are exalted or who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted. He said also to the one who had invited him, "When you give a luncheon or a dinner, do not invite your friends or your brothers or your relatives or your rich neighbors, in case they may invite you in return and you would be repaid. But when you give a banquet, invite the poor, the crippled, the lame, and the blind, and you will be blessed, because they cannot repay you, for you will be repaid at the resurrection of the righteous." So this is really a kind of a lesson in humility and hospitality. Jesus is noticing that people are scrambling around for the best seats at this banquet and teaches, choose the low seat. And when you host, invite those who can't pay you back. Just a little backstory, Jesus is at a Sabbath meal here with religious leaders. And in this world that's obsessed with status, he, in true Jesus fashion, flips the script. He says, honor the overlooked and build tables where the people on the margins are the guests of honor. And so for many of us, this sounds like home. And when I say that, I don't mean in a comfortable, cozy, warm way. I mean, this sounds super familiar. We know what it's like to be seated last or not invited at all. Jesus says the kingdom looks different. It's humility over hierarchy. It's compassion over clout. And a guest list that centers around the excluded. And when we practice that kind of hospitality at church, at work, at our own tables, we're not just being nice, we're living into the revolution that Jesus describes here. In God's banquet, the margins, the people on the margins, those people are the guests of honor. So pull up a chair. And this weekend, make a seat for someone who isn't usually invited. Let them know that they matter. And I want you to hear something too. You matter. Have a great weekend. I'll see you tomorrow morning for our 60-second devotional.